Welcome to Mah Jongg Central. My name is Michele Frizzell, and I am going to do some Siamese Mah Jongg random pulls for American style. If you don't know how to play American style, there are some links below the video. Check those out, learn how to play, and then come and watch these videos. You can practice yourself if you have a set at home. Let me show you how it works. I have a Siamese Mah Jongg rack here. It's a specially designed rack for this style. There's a link below the video for that too. You can use regular racks if you want to. Just put two in front of you and use those. I think I'll be the dealer. Let's take an even number, because as the dealer you get 28 tiles. So I'm going to take 28 random tiles. So 4 from each side and 6 in the middle will do ya. Then I'm going to put another row. There's my 28. Okay, let's see what we got. Get up there. Oh, I missed it. Gonna miss those too. Okay, here we go. I like to organize them like this. Jokers first. Then I put 2 suits on the bottom and 1 suit on top with flowers, winds, and dragons. Okay, there we go. Okay, so where do you start? I like to start with my multiples. So I have 3 flowers, 2 white dragons, 2 7 bams, 2 dots, 4 dots, 7 bams, 9 bams. So to build around my multiples, I am going to look at big consecutive numbers. Here's 6, 7, 8, 9. And because it's using so many tiles, I'm probably going to try to pick a hand so that I can have a plan within there. Then I probably won't use those. I have these multiples here. So I have 3 flowers, 2s, and 4s. Let's put these honors down here. Honors are winds and dragons. Okay, so if I use 3 flowers with 2s and 4s, that I don't think is going to work. Oh, look, I have a pair of 1s also. Okay, so let's see here. What about a year category? Maybe. Let's see. Let's see here. Goodness. I'm thinking that one of these multiples is going to have to be sacrificed. If I use like numbers, then I could play a 2, 4, 6, 8 hand. Let's see what happens here if we do that. So here's a 2, 4, 6, 8 green. Oh my goodness. That's way too many discards. That's terrible. I mean, that's a valid hand, and so is that, but look how many discards there are. That's horrible. I like to get down to 8 discards. So there has to be a better choice. Has to be a better choice. So let's try again. So let's go back to 7, 8, 9. What about 7, 8, 9 with 8s in the middle? We're missing an 8 dot. So I don't think that's going to work either. What about, let's see, 5, 7, 9? If we play 5, 7, 7, 9. Five, 7, 7, 9. What about if we do a lucky 13? Here's a 1, 3. Oh, we don't have any 6s because the 6 that we have is a crack, and we only have 1 7 crack. Otherwise we would use the offsuit, but we don't have any bams or dots in 1s and 3s. So I don't think a lucky 13 is a good one. I would love to play a year hand. What about if we even tried for maybe the big year hand? Let's see here. We don't need 3 flowers. That could be a 2. There's a 2017. That uses 2 multiples. But then we would have to sacrifice 2 multiples. I don't think so. That's not good either. Okay. We're going to make this work. This is a hard one. This is actually really hard. Okay. Let's try 7, 8. Okay, let's see. Maybe we could still do like numbers. And then down here, if we sacrifice the 9s, we could do a 1, 2, 3 mixed suit. Look at all those discards. That's terrible. Okay, let's see now. Let's see here. Okay, so let's look at the 2, 4, 6, 8 again. So here's 2, 4, 6, 8 with green. Okay, that uses 7 tiles. 2, 4, 6, 8 with green. If we did 2 flowers, well, 3 flowers, 4 flowers, I don't know. Okay, this is getting better, this plan, maybe. Okay, so a year category in 2, 4, 6, 8. 2, 4, 6, 8 with this dragon. At this point, we've got lots of options for the year category, or between the year category and like numbers. I think that's the best we can do for this particular random pull. This was difficult because we're between hands on the top one and pretty solid in this bottom one, but we got a lot of drawing to do here. You know what? There is that 2017 hand that uses multiple 7s. Okay, here we go. There. 2, so we need a 2 crack, and then these would be the cons. That would be the second hand from the bottom under the year category. Then we would hold these, and of course the flower, as long as possible to give us options. So that leaves us with 8 discards. So at least the plan is solid year category with options, and a 2468. Oh man, oh, and we even have some joker bait potentially. So I would hold these for as long as possible and get rid of those first. Okay, goodness. If you came up with something better, write it in the comment section and let me know. That was a challenge. Let's do it again. So I'm going to mix these up. Get the tiles way over here. So we ended up only sacrificing one multiple. We did break up that white dragon though, so in a way that is kind of sacrificing two multiples. That's kind of what I was thinking, that we were going to have to do some sacrificing. It's nice if you can use all the multiples. Because this is a game of multiples. I don't know if you've noticed, but on the card, there are only about 10 hands that use single tiles. All the other 40 plus hands use pairs, pungs, and kongs, and quints. So this is a game of multiples, not a game of singles. That's why multiples are so important. Sometimes your multiples, though, don't go together, and that's when you have to sacrifice. And hopefully then you just make the right choice. Actually, let's pull these together first. It's easier to pull your tiles together first, then pull in your rack. So 4, 4, 6 in the middle. Okay, let's see if we get a clearer launch. All right, so joker, flower, wins. Ooh, dragons. Very nice. Winds and dragons. There's lots of winds and dragons. And then we'll do the numbers in suit and in order first. You can rearrange later. I think it's better to arrange it in order first to check out those combinations, and then you can rearrange by category if you want to. Okay, here we go. So we have one joker, one flower, some winds with two multiples, but they're north and west. This year for winds and dragons, the east and west go together and north and south go together. There are only two hands on the card that use all the winds together, and that's a pair hand and the first wind and dragon hand. So because we have all these dragons, we got to use them, I think. Okay, so there's a pung of 8s, which is nice, and a pung of 5s. Ooh, we should play a lucky 13. Oh my goodness, look. There's lucky 13 right there. So let's try a lucky 13 in BAMs. See how this works out. Okay, so we're going to need that joker there. There's a lucky 13 in BAMs. And then we could do, we need to use this 135, I think. 135, gosh, that's not good. because then we're sacrificing 3 multiples. That's really horrible. Okay, let's see here. If we do, let's see. 1 3, we could do 1 3 3 5 with reds. Okay, that would be the 3rd hand down on the left. 1 3 3 5 with the opposite dragon. So you have bams, dots, and then the cracks represented here with the red. So let's say that's one option. So then that means we need to use these 8s somehow. We could do east and west with 8s, or like numbers. We only have one of the 8s though. What about a quint? We could do maybe a quint with options. That's not too bad, actually. We've got a 1 3 3 5 with red. Then here we have 1 joker. Obviously we would need to draw jokers to play a quint, but we've got 2 options for the wind. Then we have a nice pung there for the quint of the number tile, and then we have 2 options for the dragon. I would hold this flower for a potential like number. If we draw in maybe the 8 crack, we could play like numbers with the dragons, or if we draw in 8s with the east-west, because east and west go with evens this year. So this would be a wind and dragon like number category with options, and that leaves us with 8 discards. So even though we have options on this bottom one, we have 8 discards. So I think that's a good solid plan for this random pull. Okay, let's do it one more time. That's good. Okay, here we go. Okay, now jokers, no flowers, winds, dragons, not too many winds and dragons this time. Let's hope these tiles blend so we can extend, blend and extend. There's our dots. Oops. Okay. All right, now let's look at multiples. 3 crack, 7 crack, 6 dot, 9 dot, 4 bam, 8 bam. I don't know if you caught that, but I see 3 6 9 and 2 4 6 8. So let's get rid of these. Let's put all the 3 6 9 on top. Lost a tile, Watch that when you're playing that game. I have lost tiles off my rack and found myself short, had to nab those tiles up off the table ASAP, because if you're short, you're dead. So count your tiles often when you play this game. Okay, now here's the problem with playing a 3-6-9 for one hand and a 2-4-6-8 for the other hand. You lose your sixes because they're used up here. The challenge is we have a 4 and an 8 in the BAM. That's the challenge that we have at the moment. Now, we might be able to play something consecutive with the 8s, 7s, and 8s. But again, with the 7s and the 8s, the 9s are used up here, as are the 6s. So this is actually, even though it looked good at the beginning, this is going to be a challenge because all these numbers can actually interact. So this is going to be a tight game for this particular option. Now, we could maybe play a like number and sacrifice the 4 and 7. That's sacrificing 2 multiples. I really would rather not do that. We could maybe do a pair hand, 2-4-6-8 in 2 suits with a flower. Obviously we're missing a flower here. Or we could do 2-4-6-8 with flowers. Let's put these over here for a second. 2-4-6-8, we're missing the 6 BAM and flowers, obviously. Let's see. So for a 2-4-6-8 option, I would just hold on to those. 6-8, 2-4-6-8 with options. That would be the bottom line there. Up here for the 3-6-9, we could maybe do, I gotta look at the card on this one, 3-6-3-6-9, 3-6-3-6-9, but we'd have to sacrifice a multiple. If we did 3-6-9, that 3-6-3-6-9 is the third from the bottom under 3-6-9. We could also do 3-6-6-9, 3-6-6-9, that's the second hand down. Let's see here. Okay, another thing we could maybe do is 3-6-9 with 3s. So that would be the second from the bottom under 3-6-9. Obviously we're missing a 3 BAM, so it would be pairs of 3-6-9 with Kongs of 3s in the other 2 suits. Then down here it would free up some 6-7, 6s, 7s, and 9s. Let's see what happens. Let's count first how many discards we had without consecutive here. So we have 12 discards. Let's see if we can use the 6s and 7s with the 8s. If we have fewer discards up here. Nope, same amount. But we're only sacrificing 1 multiple. So this might be the best choice. 3-6-9 and consecutive. This would be joker bait. I would actually hold the 2-4-6-8 in case the even options come in. So between hands on the bottom, 3-6-9 on the top, and start with those 7 discards. That was a challenge also. It really works your brain. This is very challenging, I think. I think more people should play this. It really forces you to learn that card. And if you can navigate the card, you'll be a much better player. And playing Siamese style, 2 hands at one time, that can really shorten your learning curve because you're forced to look at, you know, multiple options. Give it a try. If you haven't tried it, pull out your tiles and try this exercise, and then come back and let me know what you think about it. And if you haven't watched the lesson playlist, go check that out too. There are links below the video. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please do. Click subscribe. Once you click subscribe, click that bell so you get notifications of when I post new videos. And between now and the next Siamese random pull, may all your picks be keepers.